The time has come once again to discuss things.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Geeky Gentlemen. This is a mini episode. Welcome again to the Jew. And I'm, of course, Sid Part 2. And I realize we're kind of getting a little Doctor Who-centric on the show, and I promise it won't stay that way. We'll branch out again. I'm getting into the Doctor, and I've got a couple things I want to do videos on. So we're doing a couple of those. So, Chris, today we're going to talk about, as the titles would suggest, 12, 13, and question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yep.
And by that, if you couldn't tell.
It's because we don't know if 13 is going to be the last Doctor or not.
Yeah, we're going to talk, well, for those that don't know, the Doctor is immortal.
He's a Time Lord. They are immortal because when the body that they are in dies, every cell of it regenerates, and there's a new Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And Time Lords can't do that indefinitely, although by age they can live so long that they're basically immortal.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, I was doing research on this, and the question is, in continuity, it says, like in the movies where it's pointed out the biggest, it was told that they can only do it 13 times. But then I started like, well, that seems odd because they haven't mentioned that new stuff at all. And so I looked into it, and apparently, it's apparently like the Master negotiated to get more than 13 lives at one point.
Mm-hmm.
There's other stuff that says that they can. So I'm wondering, is that like a law, or is it like a
biological thing
rule
that they can... The old Doctor Who movie or shows did explain, and there's Doctor Who has so much continuity issues sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but in one episode, it is and some of the comics as well, is explained that it is a physical limit that after their 13th death they die.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have people like the Master, who has died and come back way more than 13 times,
Mm-hmm.
and it raised the question of, if it's a physical limit, how can he keep doing that? And for those who have seen the new Doctor Who, there's an episode where you see a kind of Time Lord give her regenerations to the Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and in one of the old episodes, the Doctor is put onto a trial, and they want to steal his regenerations, his remaining generations, for the person who asked for him to be put on trial.
Yeah. So it's an interesting question. We're not going to talk too much about the whether or not it's actually going to happen, because guess what? It's going to happen if the show remains popular.
Right.
You know, and if the show doesn't remain popular, they're going to say it's the last Doctor, but then 20 years down the line, when BBC's like, oh, we need someone to make us money again.
Save us, Doctor! Save us!
Exactly. That's what the BBC did in 2005, I'm guessing. Anyway.
They're the ones who killed him in the first place.
I know, right? So what we're really going to get into, besides just the continuity, we'll talk a little bit more about that before we go on, but we want to talk about what can be done after after Matt Smith's gone from the show. What are they going to do next? And what would be interesting to see next. But all right, let's talk a little bit more about the physical, the continuity rules here and stuff. So, like, from my understanding, it is more or less a law among the Time Lords.
Right.
That's the way it seems presented from what I've read. But you were just saying, like, it's a physical limitation.
Right. It's a physical limitation, and they can get more regeneration energy, but it's really difficult without help from other Time Lords. So it is a physical limitation upheld by law, basically, in the Time Lord Society.
Okay. And it's just an interesting idea, and you gotta wonder. All right, let's see here. So we got Matt Smith, who was saved by River Song. All right, so that's a couple more, and let's say those run out, even if
well, let's say she had regenerated twice and had 10 more regenerations left. I think that's right. 10 more left, and gave them all to him. Well, that would mean he'd have 10 more regenerations, theoretically, if that is what happened.
Yeah, but I doubt that's what they're going to go for.
Right.
And even if that's the case, then after those 10, which
there's
no way they're going to do that. But anyway, after those 10, there's what's her name, Doctor's daughter.
Right.
That's out there. So it's just it's not like they don't have options to not completely contradict the 13.
Right.
Just saying. But all right. So is there anything else you really want to talk about regarding the physical versus law versus?
Yes, because there is the off chance that he does not have any more generations after 13, and that brings up the question of what happened with Tenet, how he was starting to regenerate and he kind of pushed that excess regeneration energy off. Does that count as a regeneration or not? We don't know. That could be a regeneration, which means he can only have one more, and 12 could be the last.
Yeah, interesting idea. I didn't think about that really. And it's, I don't know, if you could do that and it not count as regeneration, why wouldn't you just, since your hand will heal, why not just cut it off right at the beginning of any regeneration cycle and then keep it, and
because then your crazy ex-boyfriend will stalk you across time and space.
He is not a boyfriend. They kissed once.
You saw the episode with Martha and Jack when they met.
True.
It's like it's like when you fancy somebody and they never look at you. You too.
Anyway,
moving on from Jack's awkward hit on everybody.
Well, that's the thing. I finished watching Torchwood, and apparently, everyone inside the British government is bisexual. If Torchwood is supposed to be, an accurate representation of British government, apparently everyone is bisexual.
Only if Jack is involved in any way.
Okay, right.
But on the Doctor's regeneration things.
Right, the topic.
The topic.
You gotta feel really bad for Jack once he became the face of Bo. Once that, physical change started to occur. He couldn't be a slut anymore. I feel bad for him. Anyway.
Could be a mind slip, but anyways.
What was that Bruce Willis movie where they put on the hats and they... You remember that? There's the one where, he was frozen and then he gets sent to the future and he's, hanging out with this girl. He used to be a cop and he's hanging out with this girl that is a cop. And she's just randomly, would you like to have sex? He goes, yes. And then she goes and gets these hats and they put them on. And it's this mental experience because physical sex had been outlawed. No? Am I the only one that remembers this? Taco Bell was the only restaurant left around in the future.
This sounds like a Bruce Willis version of Idiocracy.
No, it was legit. It was he was a crime detective. Whatever. Anyway. Regenerations. All right, so yeah, it's an interesting question, and like I said, it'll all depend on the writers when they get bored.
Right.
So, okay.
How many people are gonna fall before they decide to do that?
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway. All right, so then there have been casting rumors and just fans going, oh, this would be cool, that would be cool. So I just want to talk about a couple that I read, and I'm assuming you look up. It's camera.
I know. Sorry. It's just bright back there.
I know. I'm assuming that you've seen. I'm assuming that you've read a couple yourself. So the one I heard.
I've thought of a couple myself.
Yeah, the thing I really do want to see a change from white guy, because the thing is I do like Matt Smith. Don't get me wrong. I think he is awesome, but I think he's not as good as Tenet to me.
Well, that was also because Tenet was a big fan of all of the old Doctors.
Yeah, that's
so he was able to take little bits from all of them, particularly 5. He loved 5. 5 was his favorite. They even did a little mini.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool. No, it's just like the thing is that's probably why. Is Matt Smith, he's awesome, and it would have been great if it'd gone 9, 11, 10 as far as casting goes. But the thing is, Tenet's just was so good that I can't enjoy Matt Smith as much, even though he has great stuff going on for him too.
You caught up with the most recent episode?
No, I'm everything that's on Netflix I've seen,
Okay.
including they just posted a bunch of classics. So I've seen a lot of classic things.
I just want to spoil anything for you.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. No, it's just like I think Tenet is probably the best of white guys, so I think they need to completely change exactly what it is that they're doing in order to keep it fresh and interesting. Because while Matt Smith's
You say Denzel Washington, I swear to God.
No, not Denzel Washington. So like I've heard a couple, and like there's one that I really thought was interesting. That there's like this, let's make it a female.
Yes, a lot of people have said that.
And there's 2 casting choices in that I found just like either one I'd be cool with. It is so completely different. Emma Watson or Helen Mirren.
I don't know the last one.
Did you see Red?
Yes.
She was the old woman.
Oh, the old woman that just was a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way would be awesome.
Oh no, wait, the old woman, the foxy lady.
Yeah.
Oh yes, her, please.
Like either one's cool.
Either is okay. Either is okay.
I'm not sure if Emma Watson would do it because I think she's trying to
too young.
Well, no, not because of that. Because I don't care if they're young. The thing is, they keep getting younger, so that's kind of funny. Like that's why they can't go past 13. You see, is because at a certain point they're just Benjamin Button.
That's actually true. They have been progressively getting younger every generation.
Anyway, no, just I don't think Emma Watson would do it just because she probably doesn't want to be pegged as the girl that's in all those nerd things.
I don't like Harry Potter series. Thank you very much.
No, but that is still very much a nerd thing. I'm not saying that it's not good.
No, it's geeky.
I don't care. They're interchangeable. These are synonyms in modern consciousness. Anyway, no, it's just like to go from being Hermione Granger to being the Doctor.
Not that big of a step, really. For
yeah,
her.
And that's the thing it would Luke Skywalker her. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Until he got the Joker, Mark Hamill could not find any part that was not a carbon copy of Luke Skywalker.
All right, fair enough.
So that's the only reason I don't think she would do it. That or she doesn't want to do TV after having done film. Respectable. No, I personally think
Tenet did.
What?
Tenet was in Harry Potter before he went to Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying she might not want it.
Yeah, it might be a personal preference.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of actors don't want to go to TV after they've done film. But money, true. Except for money.
One of the people that I would really not mind being a doctor, personally, like the change from young, as it is for the new ones, young white guy, as it is for the whole series in general, white guy, to anything but, would be a very radical for the series change, and potentially a really good change. Now, they're not anything but a white guy, but the what was his name? Stephen Fry.
Oh.
He would make an interesting doctor, if not doctor, an interesting person on Doctor Who. But
he'd be a good companion. I'd enjoy Stephen Fry as a companion.
I would also enjoy Christopher Lee as a companion. Saruman, Count Dooku.
Oh.
Villain.
Yeah, villain. Just because
it's
because then I could say that Doctor Who and Star Wars are in the same universe.
They're English. BBC's got 12 actors and 3 sets, maybe 20 props. Really, if you look at Sherlock and Doctor Who, they share a lot of sets and props.
Yeah,
I've seen the same paintings in Sherlock's apartment and in somebody's house in Doctor Who.
Well, the one that cracked me up was Tank made the joke. I've been to a lot of alien planets, and you'd be surprised how many of them look like rock fairies.
Yes.
That's funny to me.
And in one of the latest episodes, actually the latest one, the Christmas special, the latest one I've seen, the Doctor actually pretends to be Sherlock Holmes for a bit.
Oh, that's funny. I'll have to check that out. I'll probably go home and download it. Anyway.
You should. We don't endorse
no, I am
downloading.
not-
No
I am not a
downloading. No
pirate.
downloading.
I am not a pirate, sir. Arr. Ah, God, it's like...
Would you like the hat?
Yes, please.
I'm not gonna go get the hat.
Please go get the hat.
I'm not gonna go get the hat.
Please go get the hat.
Fine, I'll get the fucking hat. Would you like an eye patch too?
Yes. Anyway, no, it's just all right. So there's Helen Mirren, who is just a great actress, and I think she could put a lot of gravitas into the role. And she can pretty much do anything she wants, and she's not going to be judged on the same kind of things that you would a male doctor, because she's the first female doctor, so she could do anything. And I think, Chris, was there a line when Matt Smith first became the doctor where he said, "Am I a girl?"
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yes. Awesome.
Even has the hair, which you don't need.
Hate to tell you, the medication I'm on is making me go bald.
Oh, shut up. That's the reason I'm not gonna be taking this hat off. It's not just because it looks cool.
It's alright.
No, he was pulling his hair down. He's like, all right, hair, lots of hair. I'm a girl. No, not a girl.
He went no.
He also checked his Adam's apple. Checked his throat for an Adam's apple.
I do not endorse piracy, matey.
You wanted me to get the hat and patch just so you could do that, didn't you?
Yes.
Fucking God.
Don't judge me. And get back in the frame.
I'm judging hard. There's also a lot of people.
I want you in the Avengers initiative. Sorry. I
actually cannot tell what is your real hair and what is on the hat sometimes.
Neither can I.
One of the things that I've seen a lot of people talk about, but I don't think anybody actually wants to happen, is him being a ginger finally.
I don't care. That's the thing is, I'm gonna use this joke again because I don't give a fuck. See, that's the problem with me for Doctor Who. Is, you have to be believable at some point. Someone wanting to be a ginger, you can't just make shit up, alright? You have to have some basis in reality.
Well, alright. Look at Amy.
Yeah.
She is a ginger.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if Roy's a ginger.
No, he's not.
No, but Vincent Van Gogh is a ginger.
Yeah.
Yes. And Van Gogh didn't have friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's believable. He's a ginger. He was a Dutch ginger.
Yeah.
But Amy seems to have friends.
Amy had a guy that liked her, and to be fair, has Rory ever shown, has anyone else ever been attracted to Rory?
The Doctor. Oh, you haven't seen this. I wasn't attracted to him, but no.
Just has any other female character ever expressed interest in Rory?
I think that Egyptian person did once in one of the episodes, but.
Well, no. Regardless, it's like the one girl that ever paid him any attention. That's the only reason. He just wanted.
Look how many people pay attention to Amy, though.
She's attractive.
But she's a ginger.
So she has no soul. That's the problem with Harry Potter too. I can believe magic, I can believe broomsticks, but a ginger with 2 friends. Come on.
But yes, the Doctor. The topic.
Ooh, a sword.
Oh my fucking God.
Chris, it's your fault. You have cool stuff. He has cool stuff.
Like this.
Anyway, no, just...
I'm not gonna fight with this. This is real.
Oh, shit, no. Anyway, no, just alright, so, yes, I don't know. I don't care about ginger, just because I think it's better as a joke. And I think a ginger doctor is, because he's gonna have to live up to so much. You can't do it.
It's true. He would have to live up to so much once he became ginger. He would not be able to compete with himself anymore.
Exactly.
I think after that point, he would just give up living. He's like, okay, I'm done. I'm going back to where Gallifrey was, and I'll live the rest of my life out in the TARDIS. I'm good.
Yeah. Alright, so the other one is, of course, go with someone that's of a different skin color. Can still be a man, but different skin tone.
Yeah, that is another one.
Who have you heard any castings? Because I've only heard, God, how do you say his name? Idris Elba? Idris Elba? The guy that was in Luther and, Thor.
Oh, the guy who did, Heimdall.
Yeah.
Oh, he would be a good doctor.
Yeah, like did you see Luther at all?
I did not. Did you ever see the Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance?
No.
He was in that as well.
Ah.
He was good in that. I liked him in that.
No.
Most people don't like Ghost Rider, but anyways.
I've heard him, and I'm like, well, I think that's just because he's a British black person.
There's also the guy who does Kingsley from Harry Potter.
Oh.
You don't hear him speak much, but that deep voice, boy.
Jack Harkness, eat your heart out.
Oh, Jack would find him again. He'd know immediately it was a doctor, too.
Really?
Because he'd hear that voice, and he would immediately die and come right back.
Anyway, sorry, I've got to work this into the frame just because it's awesome. You should be. Ooh. Oh, no, it's a speaker. Damn.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's got the speaker in it though.
No, it doesn't. It's got a.
Can I move it then?
Yeah.
Oh.
It has an oscillator in it. So you put water in it, you hook it up, you power it up, and it oscillates the water and makes it vibrate, or makes it steam.
Okay. Anyway. No, I don't know. I think people just suggest him because of Luther and because he's a British black person.
True.
Because
there's like what, 12 black people in England?
Pretty much.
If BBC's to be believed.
Alright, so like the other one that I've heard, and I don't know if it would work, is an alien.
I have heard that actually. I seriously doubt they're going to do that though. They're going to keep him looking as human as possible. I can guarantee that.
Makeup.
Because makeup, yes. What, like, as far as branching from the white male thing goes, some of that I have heard, maybe not necessarily another doctor, but continuing with like the regenerations of Time Lords, there's been speculation that the Master is going to return, and one of the people that they think of that's going to become the Master is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
The guy who does Sherlock.
Yeah.
So
such a unique last name, it's hard to forget him. I cannot pronounce his last name. But
Cumberbatch?
I just, every time I see it, I want to say cucumber.
So does a lot of his fans. Think Cumberbund.
Why does that make it easier?
And then just instead a batch of cucumbers. How's that? Cumberbatch.
No, it doesn't help at all.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, I have a sword and a skull and a pirate hat and an eye patch. This is the greatest video ever. How do you not just hang out in this room and just grab all this stuff?
You don't know my Tumblr.
The Jew is on Tumblr. Anyway, alright, so Alien, I don't know, it'd be interesting, but I don't know, like, let's say if they did, could it work with the continuity of the show? Because it's like one of his most famous lines is, "You look Time Lord."
It is, and Time Lords all very consistently look the same in the sense of one head, 2 arms, 2 legs, torso, mostly human, humanoid.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, no, they're human.
No, they're not. They're Time Lord.
Okay, right. Go find me a Time Lord.
I can't. They're all dead.
Oh, okay. My mistake. That's the only problem with this. No, actually, you know what you could do? You could get Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, Sean Connery, Roger Moore.
Oh, Connery would be a good doctor. Continue. No, he wouldn't.
Connery would be, like, way too, condescending to the assistants. It'd be like...
You never saw one, did you?
One was... I didn't care for him.
He was...
What was his name? Baker? Scarf.
Oh, Tom Baker?
Yeah, he was horrible to the assistants.
4 is everyone's favorite, usually.
No, I mean, he was cool, but he was terrible to the assistants. Like, what was the one assistant he had that was, like, the savage?
I don't remember.
He did not like her. Like, the actors did not like each other, and he would just interrupt her takes. He would just walk in off cue. He didn't care. No, he was a pretty mean person as far as assistants. Did you see the episode with the cocoon, with the, hibernating humans? No, it's like Sarah Jane. It was a Sarah Jane episode where there's all these human beings in stasis, and he just started insulting her to motivate her. It's like the same kind of thing you do when like your gym teacher just tells you to climb the rope.
Get your fat ass up there.
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you doing? What are you? A rock? Get moving!
Exactly.
My God, I did not know potatoes didn't know how to climb.
All right, no,
It could have been like what Nine does. When he's frustrated, when Nine was frustrated, he would insult other species.
yeah.
Like as Rose said, he once cut himself while shaving and went on a 9-hour rant about cats. I think that's about what the line was.
I don't know. My favorite was one of my favorite lines is still Matt Smith. You know, where's the instruction manual? We had a disagreement, and I threw it into a supernova.
Was that on the TARDIS?
Yeah, he was looking for the TARDIS. He was looking for the instruction manuals of the TARDIS, and he had a disagreement with the instruction manual and threw it into a supernova. Of course. And I got no lie. Having read instruction manuals before, I totally sympathize.
Exactly.
If I had access to a supernova.
You would throw every manual you got into one.
Exactly.
Turn clockwise. Don't tell me what to do! Hold part A against part B and don't tell me what to do! I'll use C. It's identical, but not B.
Okay, but alright, so back to regeneration.
Right, the topic that we keep getting off.
Well, no, that's the point. Here on Sid Part 2's channel, we embrace the tangent.
As you chuck a sword at your kid.
I don't.
Regeneration!
The camera will regenerate.
Into what, a 720?
It's already a 1080. Yeah, go down.
You never know if you're going to get a better camera or not, so why risk it when you have a nice one?
Yeah, Cash moved up, didn't it?
Yes.
Awesome.
I just see it go. Alright.
What are we talking about?
Regenerations, doctor.
Hold this. Anyway. Let's see if Chris is a type one.
What?
No. Is he wearing a Stetson long term now in the show?
No.
Good. Because that was dumb.
He's
going to wear a hat long term, it should be a fez.
Nope, he actually never wears a fez again.
Aww.
That we've seen. Although he does at one point wear a deerstalker.
I don't know what that is.
The epitome of a Sherlock hat, like the stereotypical Sherlock hat that he never actually wore in the books.
I don't care. Anyway. No, just, I don't know. Like, I could see an alien. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't think they'll do it.
Probably not.
Are you petting the skull?
Shush. But yeah, a female doctor would be interesting.
I think that's the best option, because, like, no lie, a black doctor would be okay.
Do they have a black female British actress?
Just Martha Jones becomes the doctor somehow.
And she already had an identical looking cousin on the show.
Oh, was that the girl working for Torchwood?
Mm-hmm. That looked very similar to her.
Was that actually the same actress?
Same actress.
They
enjoyed her acting so much they wanted to cast her as a companion. Their continuity for it was a cousin.
Oh.
They look more similar than the damn sister.
Hey, Dad got a little lonely one night. He was with another woman in the show, so he obviously wasn't the most faithful guy.
But the other woman was white.
No, I'm just saying, like, he could have slept with the mother's sister.
As far as we know, the mother doesn't even have a sister.
Then how is she a cousin? Oh, well.
Could have been the dad's.
So, yeah, it still works. It's the same genes. Anyway. No, I don't know. I guess she could do it. She just comes on. Like, if they make Martha Jones the doctor and it's not actually Martha Jones, then that actress needs to have a scene with herself.
Actually, I think all of the old companions have been mostly phased out. Although I think they're looking at bringing back Jack Harkness, which would be nice.
I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed that Torchwood doesn't have, like, a legit third season. Because it was actually really fun. It's like if Men in Black had just been getting started and was British, and there were only like 5 guys.
And they were all gay for each other.
Yes. Well, actually, it was mostly women, but still.
And
Like, the weird thing about that show is, and it's just because it was Russell T Davies. The weird thing about that show is, of all the sex scenes, at least 70% of them were the men.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyways,
we're running out of batteries, so let's. All right, so yeah, I don't know. I think a female doctor. I mean, you could do a different race, but it really doesn't matter at that point.
a black female doctor who's American. No, actually, I do not want an American doctor.
Could the doctor have an American accent?
He can have whatever accent he wants, but
just likes British people.
Yes, because as I believe Nine once said, how long can you really go through space and time travel before you have to land back on Earth? And it always happens to be London. I think he's landed in America 3 times.
Let's see. There's the episode with 9.
Mm-hmm.
There's the episode with the Impossible Astronaut. And then there was at least. Are we talking America as in United States or America as in North and South America?
United States.
Okay, I was gonna count the Aztecs episode with 1.
No. Because, like, United States of America.
Well, still.
I think he's landed
It's
in,
close.
like, all of 3 or 4 times.
Still.
So no American doctor.
No.
Keep it
fair
British. Keep it British. Keep it in the family.
enough. Keep it. I don't know.
All the British actors fucking know each other.
They do?
Benedict Cumberbatch and Matt Smith are actually best friends.
Really? That's funny. I find that amusing for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is something that deserves talking about just because.
What is?
Just this topic. So, alright, female doctors. What have you heard casting rumors, and what have you invented casting rumors?
For female doctors, not a whole lot. That one that you mentioned earlier, the older British woman,
Helen Mirren?
I actually would not mind her being a doctor at all.
Okay, sorry about that. You may have noticed that the quality of the camera completely changed. Lighting and everything's probably completely different. My sword go.
The range, the field of vision is also changed.
Yeah, it's alright. We're wrapping
But it's
up.
fine. We're wrapping it up.
Camera battery died. Anyway, so, alright. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd like Helen Mirren. Who else were you saying?
Right. Her, because she's got that... She has those moments where she can sound kind and gentle like the doctor can. Very rarely when it's not 9 or 1. And... or 4. But she also has those moments where she can sound really harsh and sharp. Just from watching Red, you got both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when she was talking about how she shot the love of her life.
Yeah.
So she could do the range of emotions the doctor is supposed to have. I would not mind seeing her do the doctor at all.
I'd like to see her play the doctor instead of do the doctor.
I wouldn't mind either, although I wouldn't want to watch it.
I don't know, for an old
I don't know
lady,
what else he's got 2 of.
She's a silver fox, I gotta say.
She's a foxy lady.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Alright, so anyone else? Anyone else that's come to mind for a female version?
for
of
a
the
female version of the Doctor, I don't know very many female British actors. Mostly just because I don't really know the names of many British actors. So that's about all I can think of as far as female British go.
I don't know. I just it's an interesting idea, and I probably am on the front of, female doctor or something different, because white guy, like I said, with Matt Smith, he's great. Not gonna lie, but he's not as good as Tennant to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a huge, like.
Or maybe they could have a fat, balding, middle-aged man. Just to change it up from the generally thin, fit, has some hair man.
I don't know. Like I said,
Actually, I think they already had that in 3. Anyways. He wasn't balding. He had that stupid cut. I don't know. But I did just think of another male actor I wouldn't mind seeing as the Doctor.
Who?
Hugo Weaving.
Alright.
And like the Doctor, he'd actually make a great master now that I think about it. He'd make a great villain. Start going on a monologue and just keep talking and use these huge, massive words, and the Doctor just starts getting kind of confused and lost and stops paying attention. Goes and does his thing while the guy's monologuing, just fixes whatever problem is going on and just stops and patiently waits until he finishes.
Yeah.
They already did that with the Barty Crouch guy. Anyways. Oh, that was the doctor monologuing.
Anyway. Oh well. I think this video has pretty much run its course, and I'm just stretching for time. Sword! Until next time, you're a geeky gentleman. We'll be discussing things.
You cut off his head!